Arsen, it's a great pleasure to see you here back at Nazarbayev University. It has been quite a while since we last time catch up, and I remember by then you mentioned that you were starting your own startup, ProITivity, and also through part of the MBA collaboration, some MBA students actually helped you analyze the further strategy of your startup. Meanwhile, during the daytime, you're also an executive in the TransTelecom, right? So it's wonderful to have this opportunity to catch up and to hear about the recent professional development story from your side.
Yeah.
So perhaps you can also briefly introduce yourself for our audience, letting them know like when did you graduated from the program and what is your professional background? Briefly.
Yeah. Thank you, Professor. Thank you for having me here today. It is a pleasure to be here. And yes, my name is Arsen, and I'm graduated from the full-time MBA program in 2024. And currently, I'm working at TransTelecom as a strategy and biz dev roles, and also I am the co-founder of as you mentioned, the venture of ProITivity. It is a school which we are providing IT courses for adults, basically this is like all that I have for now. All my roles, and thank you for having me here today. It was really I was really happy when I heard about this opportunity to chat with you.
Wonderful. There are so many things I want to chat with you. Let's start that when I first heard, I found very special. When you worked earlier in your career at TransTelecom, there was a project. I think by now, right now, you're serving as the head of innovations development and business acceleration. Right?
Yes. Before my studies, my MBA, I was the head of the innovations development and business acceleration. But afterwards, I came like more like a consultancy roles at TransTelecom. So doing pretty much similar things, but more about like consultancy.
Right.
And because of also my second role as a co-founder, I'm doing this
I see.
This is kind of a part-time.
Right. So the project that I remember very well when you first mentioned that project with me is a corporate accelerator program, right? So in my understanding, it's quite a unique project here in Kazakhstan. So in that project, by then serving as a head of innovations development and business accelerator, you set up this very unique three-way collaboration with three partners. Basically, TransTelecom is one, and also there was Astana Hub, and also a Silicon Valley player, Plug and Play, right? So together you set up this platform where you introduce the startup from the region and to explore potential to be this business opportunity, scaling opportunity at TransTelecom. So in my understanding, it's quite a unique project. I wonder maybe you could share what is your main takeaway from this quite innovative project, and whether later on you implemented some of the thoughts, some of the reflections to the innovation development at TransTelecom.
Right. Yes, that time I was head of the innovations development, and but for a little context, I just want to share how I came to this innovation thing. Like my background, I have like engineering background. I was worked at some manufacturing plant, working with Ministry of Defense, and afterwards I switched the gears and came to BI Group, where I was lucky because BI Group was just started to heavily invest in the technologies, IT, and startups. So they wanted to kind of boost and make innovative drive for the like business process and construction projects. So that time they also were hiring really like high class experts from the market. And so being lucky, I just joined this team as well. And this is how I have get acquainted with the innovations, working with the startups. And there at BI Group, I firstly heard of Plug and Play because they started working as well with Plug and Play. But they didn't initiate any platform locally, but I think Plug and Play was scouting the startups from the Silicon Valley to here. So we were like doing some proof of concepts here at BI Group. And this is how I became some more acquainted and being innovative guy. Yeah, and afterwards came to Trans Telecom. I was lucky again. Trans Telecom had some experience of restructuring and reorganizing its organization. So they have established this department of innovations, development, and business acceleration. And as I came, I have become the head of this department.
I see. Yeah. That's where you brought the earlier connection and resources to Trans Telecom.
Right. Yeah. And I have so many like friends from BI Group who are also like doing these great things with developing this innovative ecosystem here in Astana and all over the Kazakhstan. So, right. And regarding these takeaways, I think that the first thing that while working with innovations and while working with Plug and Play, we learned that startups here, even if we are doing some acceleration, doing some incubators, some like developing these startups and developing businesses, still these businesses are the startups and they have something innovative in their like structure. So even, whether it is a business model or their product or their service, they have something innovative and that people cannot understand at first. So maybe it's really hard to get first customers. This innovations curve when you have like a really, really small amount of innovators, like early adopters.
Right.
So and it's really hard to sell their product or service, and hence it's really hard to get some money for their further development or like having this bootstrapping thing. So what we learned that with these accelerations and incubations and developing startups, we also need some funding as well to develop the whole ecosystem. And so it should be like kind of with a holistic approach. So this is the first thing that we learned, that this ecosystem should have some funding, should have some capital venture. We at Trans Telecom as well, after learning this, we plan to also initiate this corporate venture capital, especially for the corporate.
So this is after this collaboration with Plug and Play. And there, from that project onward, you started to think more as a company, think more about offering funding also to startup. But during that project, there was no funding for startups, right?
Yeah, but we were trying also to initiate this kind of like capital, venture capital. But we were doing this afterwards, after this project. And maybe you've heard that I think last year was the government, I think, initiated the Fund of Funds.
Right. Recently, we have the CEO of the Fund of Fund.
So this is, I think, also like this is a good shift towards this funding and driving this innovation ecosystem, like in the country. So yes, and like secondly, second in takeaway, I can say that I think that those days, the word innovations has become some kind of a buzzword, probably. It has become some trend and hype. Now, of course, it is replaced by AI, but those days it was innovations. and sometimes people can maybe misunderstand why we are doing these innovations. So we should we also learn that we should always should keep in mind that innovations shouldn't be just for innovations, like to be called company innovative because it's like trendy. It should be something like it should have some tangible results. So whether it could be some generating any revenue streams, new revenue streams, or optimizing the costs, or proposing something useful and efficient to people.
But after this takeaway, did you manage to incorporate some of this insight into the refined business process at Transtelecom later on?
Yes. Like last year, we were also launching the startup acceleration, but like it was called AI Startup Acceleration for our anchor partner, and we tried to incorporate the things that we needed to have a clear communication to the CEO of this company. So why we are doing this. So it shouldn't be like just to be called like AI company or innovative company. We should have some tangible results, because it is. We should have some quick wins as well, because it's better for even motivation for the startup and for the team that are trying to integrate these startups or innovations into the company. So yeah, and we also try to tell about this fund of funds and the venture capital things.
Great. Yeah, talking about the buzzword, AI is the other buzzword that everyone is using these days. And in my recent class with EMBA students, executive MBA students, we had a session where we discussed the obstacles that has slowed down corporate innovation and also the adoption of AI at their companies. These are the executives from some of the biggest Kazakhstani companies. And the top on the list, so we identified some factors like employees feeling threatened by new technologies, or defensive behavior between business units. Every business units try to defend their boundary, their resources, so they do not necessarily share what could be beneficial for the whole company in terms of innovation, in terms of AI adoption. And also, they mentioned the lack of high quality data that could deepen AI adoption. I wonder, given your deep experience in designing strategy, implementing corporate innovation and AI adoption, do you experience a similar kind of obstacles, and how do you deal with them?
Right. Yes. And yes and no. I mean, I agree, and in some point I can disagree that. But I think that whether it is innovations or any change or any like AI being introduced, the first thing should be first, like, or I call this like first a company's first people should be first. So I mean, like CEO, if CEO or this top executive is not interested, or they are not actively involved in these processes of innovations or startups or integrating AI, it's really challenging to integrate these changes, to make these changes, and to make a difference in the company. So therefore, this SEO guys should be like who are the first, who are supporting everyone, and this crystal clear communications should be kind of a top down, and it should be kind of directive top down. So in doing this, making these changes.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I think that also these communications should be very clear and should be communicated with everyone. What CEO, for example, is planning to do. What are their plans? How they're going to implement it, and so on. Because if they are communicating clearly, there shouldn't be any rumors among employees. There shouldn't be any demotivations. Shouldn't be like there shouldn't be this gap between the top and the employees. Even in this, in making these changes. And secondly, regarding the data. Regarding this, you said the obstacles between the departments. I also think that it should be also solved with the communications. It comes from the communication from the top down, but also I think that this cross-functional communication should be organized clearly, so everyone they know what everyone is doing. So if the directive comes from the top down, like everyone has the information what to do, has this sense of what we're doing together and where we're going. Especially like if the CEO can clearly communicate their vision.
Right. Well, what about the lack of high quality data?
The data, I think it is an integral part of the AI. I think like with these models and machine learning, the data is one of the critical things. Because if we don't have enough data or we don't have enough representative and quality data, I think it's really hard to implement any AI and make this increase the productivity, increase the efficiency. Right. We're all talking about the AI as a productivity tool, right? So I think that maybe the data in majority, all companies have data, but it is not digitized probably. They have this all the data. They have some tacit knowledge in their heads. They have some data on the papers printed, but they don't have it on the computers. So it's not digitized, and it cannot be used for AI to for example, I don't know, optimize any business process. And I've read like recently that Oracle, I think, has made some 20,000 or 30,000 layoffs.
Yeah.
And what was it was an irony that employees they were directed to digitize all their actions, like every little step that they are doing, and then they have done it, and then they were laid. I mean, like it's so ironical that people was fired themselves by their hands.
That scares off other companies, other employees thinking about whether they should train the AI to replace themselves, right?
I'm not sure about how it is in Kazakhstan. Like personally, I don't feel this threat we have this threat in the Kazakhstan, but probably I'm not that representative.
It's a very interesting perspective because the way we discuss in the class is more about people feeling threatened by the hard technology itself, but you bring in very unique perspective, very unique insight that is a part of the story is about technology.
Yeah.
The other part about it is how within the organization, the threat, the challenge, the opportunity about that technology is actually affecting everyone. So a unified, a systematic communication is being done. That's quite a unique insight. Could you also slightly maybe elaborate on, given the importance of AI adoption, how could in some company there is a situation that there's no central message? How comes that the CEO could miss the point and does not have a kind of a clear message for the company because they haven't realized the importance of this kind of major shift? Well, what might be the reason that some company lacked this communication from top down?
It's a good question. Let me think. probably they are not realizing the importance of this of these changes, and sometimes like companies could think that if it works, then let's not touch it. Like if it works, right? So probably this is could be one of the reasons why the top management or CEOs are not doing these major communications. But it doesn't mean that if they are not communicating, doesn't mean that it's not happening. Probably some employees already using the AI tools, and some employees like already have this expertise in the AI, and they want to maybe show something or make it optimize any like business process in the company. But in that case, it will be quite difficult for the employees, I think, because as I believe, this change should be like directly top down, like,
to avoid the problem that we highlight in the class, right? Yeah. Exactly, good point. Previously, you also highlighted your experience does not cover just Trans-Telecom. You also previously worked at BI and some other very well-established, very well-respected company in Kazakhstan. I wonder, in this past 10 years or so, where all these former employers, current employer, like, you must have worked on dozens of projects, if not more, right? Is there a particular project that you feel that very proud of, that you hope more people knew about it?
Yes, and one of the projects that I was actually proud of was when I worked at BI Group. We were working on the delays of the construction. And one of the reasons of the delays why the construction project was being delayed, it is that extremely weather conditions. So when there is especially in Astana, it's quite windy.
Understandable.
Yeah, it's quite windy, so it's really it is dangerous to work while this kind of wind in Astana. And when these cranes and these big cranes, when they are working on the construction site, they cannot work during the wind. And if these cranes are not working, then the construction like literally stops. It's functioning. So they have like this everyday overhead costs. Like it could be like very much money. Costing, and multiplying it by how many projects BI Group has all over Astana, it's like very, very big money they're losing. Not only time, but only money.
Right.
Yeah. So we were like analyzing this data. Well, how many days they were like staying because of the weather conditions, and we just proposed like another like kind of a technology that it wasn't actually a new technology, but it was actually a new decision-making process. So before they were making decisions like based on the Kazgidromet, this is the governmental body which said like there is a wind, so you should stop all. But there is an idea of the wind rows. So the wind can change like considerably from where the wind is outside the city and inside the city. It can be very different. And Kazgidromet, this governmental body, they had this sensor. It was placed outside the city. So this was the hypothesis that we worked on. So it could be. We said that it could be that the wind is less in the city because of these buildings, or these rows of winds. And we started just we built these sensors to make our own analysis, and we have confirmed this hypothesis, and we were about decreased these delays by about 40%. or about like $500,000 yearly.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
When you first mentioned about the wind, the gust, I thought it's a Mother Nature. How can we do anything about it?
Yeah, we thought about this as well. Like, how we can cope with that. Unless we are like X-Men, this storm.
Yeah, it requires a inquisitive mind, understanding that the situation might be more nuanced, right, than what we assumed. Although there is a kind of standardized information, but we can dig deeper to understand how the weather situation actually differs within different part of the city.
Yeah. And I don't quite remember where this hypothesis came, but at that time I also was training for my Ironman. 70.3 marathon. It was this 2018. And while we were training on the cycle, on the bicycle, we're actually like going through the city and going outside the city. And then when you're on the bicycle, you feel every wind, every little change of wind. So I think probably this was one of the hypothesis that made like the wind can change in the city and outside the city.
Right. It's also when you mentioned that, I also felt that it's a very special corporate cultural environment that you identify something, you could actually implement it. You could actually formulate your hypothesis and go test it, eventually change how the business process is done in the organization and getting, I think in this case, you probably need some sponsorship from the leadership to lobby the government to help them to refine their regulation, right?
It wasn't about regulation. It was about we still have this governmental body. At first we wanted to partnership with them to place their sensors inside the city, but they said it wouldn't be representative for them. So they cannot use these sensors. So we just bought ourselves and we just placed it on the construction sites where these the project managers or who was in charge of this project were making the decision to stop or not stop based on this data.
Right. It's quite an interesting experience. There's another part of your identity I want to also ask you about. When I think about you, Arsen, I think of you like Bruce Wayne during the daytime and Batman during the nighttime, right? You have a corporate life and you also have your own startup, which requires a different strategy, different attention, requires you to balance everything. That leads me to some questions about your own startup, ProITivity, which you started a few years ago and which has really contributed substantially to the nation's IT education national project, right? I want you to perhaps share some of your experience and insights with us. First on how you started this project, right? It's a very special IT educational project. And also, what are some of the interesting learnings you have gained through this startup experience, which you think would be hard to get if you have only worked as a corporate executive?
Right. Yes. I started this company when I studied. Well, I was studying on my MBA courses, and I think it happens because actually I have opened my eyes for the opportunities for new opportunities because I was only studying and I was unemployed that times. So I was looking for new opportunities.
Full time.
Full time.
Yeah, standing to the label, full time MBA student.
Right. Yeah, full time MBA. And probably if I wouldn't study, I just will be employed. I couldn't see this opportunity. I don't know. This opportunity came just like because I was like kind of open to this opportunity. So right, and because I heard of this program, the program of Tech Lab, I've heard of it before, but I didn't like make anything. And then after studying, after going out from the work from my job, I just started to see this opportunity. And it is started just like as a business opportunity. I've seen that Astana Hub is launching this program, Tech or Da. So I just thought, why I cannot try? So I just tried. I called my friend as a co-founder, and we tried together, and we applied, and we got some vouchers. At first, it was like the minimum quantity of the vouchers that they are giving, like. Actually, Astana Hub is subsidizing us, so we can teach adults IT courses for free, and Astana Hub is paying to us for these people, for everyone who are studying.
What are the typical courses you offer for adults?
Yes, we started with the data analysis course because I thought that it will be, and it was actually, and it is currently, and it will be, I think, quite favorite one. It will be like quite popular one, I mean, because it's all about data. And if we are talking about data, we are also have in mind the AI, which is powered by the data. So we always will be needing the data while having this AI thing. So yeah, we started with the data analysis course there, and at first, we with the friend we just have some minimum vouchers, but now we have like having this history of and the record of successful like stories where like. Making students to be employed to this to the IT companies or other companies. So there we have this record, and Astana Hub is looking for this record, and then they're adding more and more vouchers to.
That's nice. Us. Yeah. That's nice. So, what do you think this experience has taught you something that is unique from corporate life?
Yeah, I think. What is a corporation? It is a system, right? Mm-hmm. It is when you come to the corporation, it is you see this, you feel this system, you see this stability, you have this security in the income, right? And while having the company of your own, you are like, and also in the corporate, you have your own function, like you have your how you say the activities that you should do. And only this, and you are stick to these activities. I mean, to these things. Mm-hmm. And when you are in your own company, like it is quite a different perspective, a new different perspective, because you're all in one. Like I can be the CEO, I can be the accountant, I can be the finance, I can be the HR. Mm-hmm. I don't have these functionalities, limited functionalities. Mm-hmm. And my friend co-founder he's in charge of the academic things, academic studies, and I'm more in charge of this administrative and organizational things. Mm-hmm. And also I'm in charge of biz dev and sales. Mm-hmm. And while being corporate, I've never done the sales, but now I'm learning how to sell. How to sell to the government, how to sell to the B2B, how to sell to B2C directly, and starting from the cold calls, like having some negotiations, closing the deals, sometimes successful, sometimes not, and all these things. And I also try, I also now more understand I also can more apply the learnings that I've done, that I've been learning on my MBA course as well. Mm-hmm. And it's really great. I love it. For example, I've never understood about marketing, as it was, I thought it was like another, like a buzzword. Mm-hmm. But after studying marketing, we have like, I don't know, 3 courses of marketing, like research, marketing, customer behavior, and I've got some really great insights about marketing that I think that if you are doing very proper marketing research, you're like learning about your customers, about your current customers or potential customers. You've done your work properly. Then the bottom line as a sales will be also increased if we are doing these things. But before I just saw that marketing is just the only ad, but behind this ad there should be like much work done.
Yes.
Like research, like exploring, like talking to people, like making service and so on and so forth.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Where you mentioned how not only how you implemented what you have learned in the program to your actually entrepreneurial role, but what I found really striking out most is the mentioning that you had two co-founders. The one dimension, you do have a clear division of labor, right? Your co-founder is taking care of the academic parts, and you're taking care of other admin part or business development part. Although there's already a clear division, but still in this context, you have to take a lot more responsibility than you do in your corporate role. And it's because of this diversified responsibility you have to take in your startup that forced you to learn more, force you to practice more, forces you to apply more of what you have earlier learned in the academic setting to what you now are working as a co-founder.
Yeah. Exactly. And this was maybe like the hard skill, but I think that one soft skill that I also has been developing during running this venture, adaptability, being adaptable. Because before, when I worked at the company, anything unexpected, if anything happens unexpectedly, I was just I don't know, it can bring me to unstable attitude, and I can be some kind of I don't know, I was not agreeing with this. I can be really, how you say,
anxious.
Yeah, anxious about this. Feeling not right. But now, having all this, I have probably literally everyday unexpected things that could happen. I don't know, clients or students, teachers, so on and so forth. So I just learned to stay calm and to have this right and proper adequate attitude to all these changes that we are having every day.
Right.
It's really, I think it's really good.
Yeah, that's indeed something hard to get by if you only work in a corporation with very clearly delineated roles, right? Great. And right. I think talking about your startup in this particular sector of the economy, teaching IT to adults. So this is also a fastly changing landscape in this particular sector. What we see is the resource environment in terms of government subsidy over the years is gradually reducing. I'm very happy to hear that because of the positive reputation you have built in the market, actually, you're very little affected. Actually, you're benefiting from this great reputation you have built. Meanwhile, there's also the potential larger number of competitors over the years, right? So resource environment-wise is getting quite intensified over the years.
Yeah.
And on the technological environment side, we see also AI's capability has really developed rapidly. I assume it might impact on your curriculum design, on the way you deliver it, because as an educator myself, I know that our MBA program is also transforming in accordance with the external environment, right? So I wonder, from your perspective as a co-founder in this IT educational startup, have you anticipated, did you anticipate some of these changes, and how have you coped with them so far?
Yeah, you're right. The competition is really growing. Like even governmental bodies and governmental companies, they are also try to enter to this competition to start educate people. Big companies, big tech companies also trying to get into this competition, to get into this program as well. So the competition is big, and like small companies like ourselves also every year they're also like wanted to try, and they're applying also their applications. But from the perspective of how you're right that we are redesigning our curriculum, we are redesigning our syllabus. Like we are trying to make it more with AI, responsive to AI. So we are trying to add some new AI tools, some new AI things. But as like this globalization, digitalization, all AI things happen, information is like, it's not about, it's not, the information is already available to everyone, right? Like, so as the internet. And what we are trying to teach to people that we could provide this information, right? We are providing this information, but we are more focusing not on what we are providing, but how. So we want to try to teach our students how to think, how to make this analysis. So we have these tools like this Excel, I don't know, SQL, like Power BI thing, to use this to make easy the analysis. But the main thing is how we think, how we are doing this thinking process, how we are doing this analytical process, because it's not only about the tools, it's about how we are thinking, how we are, how we think critically, how we think analytically. So we are trying to deliver these things like to the students.
What do you think is, in your assessment, what is a key differentiating dimension of ProITivity in comparison with other competitors on the market?
So we are mostly focusing on the practical things, and we are trying to help people make their own decisions. So, for example, we can make them to write about their things, not only working with the numbers, for example, but also doing with the words, or what they have found, what insights they have, and trying to making them communicate more clearly. And I also heard that this writing thing can help, like, you develop this critical thinking as well when you're writing, and especially when you're writing by the pen, not only by the computer. This is how we are currently trying to differentiate ourselves. But also, if you ask about vision, the general vision, I think probably we were thinking of probably developing some kind of a platform with AI, like, which can help become us more efficient and to students learn more efficiently. So probably, like, I don't know, adding some functions that they can use to learn more efficiently, but with the help of AI.
That's an interesting vision. I like how you approach the question. I asked you about how you differentiate your startup ProITivity from other competitors. You approach it from two dimensions. One is at the short-term dimension, right? Basically how you offer different key values to your customer, but also you have a long-term vision, right? So this is not something you're going to achieve in the short run, but it will help you to stand out in the long run. So in this particular platform vision, I can imagine you collaborate with other complementary service providers. They probably will offer something, in addition to your key value, key kind of educational value or technological value. So who do you see in this ecosystem, in the current ecosystem you observe in Astana, in Kazakhstan, could be the key contributor to your platform vision?
Actually, we are thinking of, if we are talking about this platform, the main thing is building this, this learning management system.
Mm-hmm.
We are actually using one, which is also student of MBA. We are still using her platform.
I like this collaboration there.
Yes.
I think your team analyzed this particular MBA alumni project.
Yes.
It's Mercy's, right?
Mercy's, yeah.
I remember that OMS project.
Yeah, we have this platform and we are still using this platform, and it's quite good. Actually, we were thinking of there are plenty of free platforms that we can add some Zoom. We can add Google Classrooms for free, but it's not all in one platform. So we should managing these things. But having this learning management system access, we have all in one. We can upload all the projects, all the homeworks, doing the records, doing the video conferences. So really great thing. And having this platform, and maybe based on this platform, we can because we are proposing some things to them to adding some AI thing. For example, analyzing people who had a big activity during the lessons. We had in the MBA class as well. You remember, the teaching assistant was writing who was really active. Participation. And I think it is a great involvement thing, about students, especially when you are online. So we were thinking of integrating this thing by automatically who were asking the questions or switching on the microphone and asking the questions, switching on the video.
I think at GSP would be very happy to work with you on this. This helps us also tremendously, since our MBA program has evolved from the previous format of a full-time, always in person. Now we do have 40% of the classes happens online. So we do encounter this particular kind of situation. And we do also appreciate some technological solution.
It could be automated, So the system can remember everyone who was and just give you some analysis.
That's great.
Actively.
Just keep me updated on the development. To wrap up this part of your another identity, the Batman identity as an entrepreneur, right? I wanted to ask you this question. It's always in my mind. It's after this few years of entrepreneurial experience, right? And yes, you embarked on this experience by surprise when you were open and you get this opportunity. But now, with years of experience, you have learned so much. You have made so many different decisions you don't have to make in corporate life, right? Now your responsibility as a co-founder is wider, as you described, right? What is one of the most challenging decisions you have made as a co-founder so far?
This is a good question, I'm actually currently in the process of making this challenging decision and this complex decision, because as you said, being a Batman and being this guy, another
Bruce Wayne, important executive.
It's I having two sources of income is good, but questioning myself. Can it be done anything better? Whether it can be pursuing my career or pursuing my own venture, as a entrepreneur. And questioning this, I'm questioning myself, like which is what direction should I choose, and what should I decide, or should I should not decide? Maybe just keep it as it is right now. So I'm just in the process of making such a decision, because it's really challenging actually for me. It's quite how you say? Yeah, I don't know.
To balance these two roles.
To balance, and we always thought that we need to not having all the eggs in one bin, right? And from one side, but from the other side, we have this thing like a focus. Shall we be focusing on one thing, on the career, or running your own venture, and which will be better, or which will be more efficient? So these kind of questions I'm actually thinking of. Probably, I don't know. One day I will make a decision.
Right.
And then I'll share with you.
Sounds good. Yeah. Sounds good. I think many, I do know other MBA graduates or other EMBA students, they either have experienced something very similar as you. The daytime, they might be a executive in Kazakh Telecom. Well, in the weekend times, they enjoy also being the boss of their happy cake shop, their own startup projects, right? So at some point, they would also potentially be in the situation like the decision you have to make. And there are some others who might want to consider starting a startup project while being a full-time executive. I think all of these situations, our alumni and other who might be attending to this conversation, that they might want to hear more from someone who experienced it, who have made the tough decision, right? Ultimately. But thank you for sharing what you are thinking right now on your mind.
Yeah. Thank you for this question.
I think to conclude our conversation, I want to ask you about your efforts in continuously improving yourself, because I knew that by the time you were at the MBA program, you were trying to elevate, to update your knowledge, to broaden your network in a way to continuously learning and improve your professional capability. I know that you're still doing that in different ways, by trying new things, by learning new things. And maybe you can share with us what lately you have been reading or learning that is related to your professional role, either as an executive at Trans Telecom or as a co-founder of an IT edutech startup. You're right. Like learning. I'm trying to learn every day. I'm currently studying at Tomorrow School. It is this school of AI, which was launched by Astana Hub. And maybe you've heard of this O1 EDU program, which has schools all over the world, Ecole 42 schools, this program in schools. Yeah, I had a tour visit, a site visit at Astana Hub. I remember they showed us about this Tomorrow School. Yeah. But I never learned much more about it. Tell me about your experience with the school. Yeah, I'm studying there. I'm trying to study the AI, the technical part of AI, actually right now. So everyone is talking about this AI, and I'm also in this trend, trying to learn the technical part of AI. And it's really great infrastructure they have built, starting from the IMAX and having this new building in Astana Hub before, but now they even improved it. They moved to the Sphere right now, and they have this superb
infrastructure, and even with this infrastructure, now you have like 360-degree view to the city, like from this sphere. It's really, really amazing. And even they are trying. This is school. It is a peer-to-peer school. Like there is no formal lectures or teachers, so you are learning from your peers, like from your
teach
friends.
each other.
Yeah, you teach each other.
Interesting.
Yeah. So this is kind of a
what is the
interesting
schedule
approach.
like? What is the schedule like?
It's not schedule. There is no schedule. There is like it's open like 24/7. You can come like anytime, and you can meet anyone, and then you can ask questions. They're like proposing like clubs, like programming clubs, where they try to formalize this kind of a lecture who are more experienced. There are like many people. They're experienced IT guys, not really experienced, who are just heading to this IT environment. And yeah, it's really interesting. But even though they don't have these lectures, they regarding this AI thing, they hired some guy who is actually delivering the lectures, like this underway. So and they're doing a really great job. I like it.
So sometimes you will be the participants of the lecture, and sometimes you are the lecturer yourself because it's peer-to-peer.
Yeah, you can be. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can be the lecturer, or you can just sit next to each other and like explain some IT concepts or anything else. Like this is like really interesting approach, actually. Yeah,
for sure. It's very innovative. It's the first time I heard about it. I found it very impressive.
Yeah.
I think it's truly inspiring to hear this from you, because we talked about you as an executive in Trans Telecom, and you're a startup co-founder yourself of an educational startup.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, you're trying to get further educational opportunities for yourself, right?
Yeah.
And this is truly inspirational.
And it's not only for myself. I also thinking of I'm getting to these new ideas as well in this school, like which I can apply for my school as well. We can apply new syllabuses or new design new curriculum from like having this like inspired by this education as well. So yeah,
very interesting. Thank you, Arsen, for joining us today. I've learned a lot from you, and I'm very happy for the great achievements you have made over the years, and for all the updates that you shared with us. It's
Thank you, Professor. It was a pleasure.
Thank you
for having me here today.
We look forward to welcoming you back to NU more often in the future.
For sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.